So we're continuing lesson 1 now, and we've specified that we'd like to connect to the Northwind database, and now we're going to choose which table in that Northwind database we'd like our list to be based on. So click the smart field for table name, and you can see up comes a list of all of the tables in the Northwind database. I'm going to turn off views so we only see the tables and not the views, and I'm going to go ahead there and choose the customers table. Now I can choose which fields from the customer table that I'd like to use. So again, I'm going to click the smart field and bring up a field list chooser, and the fields that we'd like to choose are customer ID, company name, contact name, address, city, country, and then we'd also like to choose the image thumbnail. So the image thumbnail contains a small picture of each customer, and we'd like that picture to appear on the list control. So let's go ahead now and click OK, and now we've specified the columns that are going to be selected from the customer table, and you can see that Alpha Anywhere has automatically computed the SQL statement to query the backend database. Now if you prefer, you can edit the SQL statement directly by bringing up the SQL query builder, or you can just simply select the field list and have Alpha Anywhere automatically build the SQL statement for you. Next, let's specify the return value for the list. So the return value lets us indicate what value the list will return when the user makes a selection in the list. And in this case, we'd like to return the primary key value for the table. So we'll go here to the return value type prompt and select primary key. And then let's just make sure we've defined what the primary key is for this table. So go to the primary key prompt, which is just under SQL statement, and click the smart field, and then you can see that the list of fields in the customer table is displayed, and we want to choose the customer ID field. So let's just go ahead there and click OK, and that should fill in the primary key field as customer ID in the builder. So now at this point we've defined the query that is going to be used for our list control, but we haven't yet displayed the defined how the list control will actually be displayed. So let's go now to list properties, and you'll see in list properties there's a property here called layout properties, and then underneath that you'll see another property here called layout type. Currently layout type is set to columnar, which means that this list is going to display a series of columns. So we'll choose this initially and then come back and change it to freeform. So we'll go back to we'll leave it on columns and then go now to list layout, and here are all of the available columns in our list. So let's just quickly go and choose, say, a few of those columns. So now we've defined a list with 4 columns. Then click the OK button and preview it to see what we've achieved so far. So now go to working preview, and we can see here that we have a list that is displaying data from our customer table. Now if your list is not looking like this, let's go back and make sure we've chosen the correct style sheet. So go back to design mode and now go to properties, and if you look near the top under UX properties, you'll see that there's a property called style name. So I currently have the iOS style selected, and if you don't see iOS style selected, then click the smart field and make sure that the iOS style is selected. So these different styles allow you to basically create different appearances for your UX component. But since we're building a mobile app, let's choose the iOS style. So let's pause now and pick this up in the next video.